He has skimmed the peaks of the world's tallest mountains on snowboard, all the while striving to conquer the mountain within. Frederick Lenz, a world-class snowboarder, recalls his experiences in a new novel, Surfing the Himalayas, a spiritual adventure. Joining me now from his book signing in Culver City, author Frederick Lenz. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, your book is about a lot more than snowboarding. I mean, in this case, The Perfect Ride is really about spiritual enlightenment, isn't it?
Well, snowboarding is spiritual enlightenment. Snowboarding is the fastest growing sport in the world, and in 5 years, there are going to be more people on snowboards than on skis. But yes, you're absolutely right. Snowboarding is about balance. And in my experience, when I was snowboarding, I literally ran into a Buddhist monk who took it upon himself to teach me that life is about balance, it's about self-discovery, and it's about optimism. And that the better you are at all of that, the better you are at snowboarding. And I accepted his challenge, and I wrote a book about it called Surfing the Himalayas. And I understand that it's currently a bestseller.
Okay, so you weren't that interested in this soul searching, this enlightenment, this all the Buddhism and whatever until you literally ran into this monk?
To be honest with you, I'd had a tiny bit of exposure through martial arts to meditation, but snowboarding is my passion. And when I was snowboarding in Nepal and I encountered a particular monk, a Master Phwap, he turned me on to meditation, and he offered me a challenge. He said, "You'll be a better snowboarder if you learn to meditate." And I studied meditation with him, and I was going down some of the most gnarly slopes that I've ever been. And my message, if there's any to the world, is get on a snowboard. You don't know what you're missing, and learn to meditate and put them together, and you have the perfect combination.
Well, I guess now I think some of our viewers might be a little confused about something. This is a novel. This is a book of fiction, but it is very, very heavily based on your own experiences, especially the one that you just described.
Well, I think we call it faction these days. And yes, this is based upon my true experiences. But the fun of the book is there's certain areas that I fictionalize, and it's for the reader to figure out which parts are the fiction and which parts are the fact.
Now, for those of us who are too darn chicken to get up on a snowboard, much less anything that's anywhere near like that, how can the rest of us, as you say, conquer the mountain within and have that spiritual enlightenment and fulfillment?
Well, I think we have to start with a positive feeling about ourselves, and that's what I've tried to reflect in, Surfing the Himalayas. But I think you've got to get on a snowboard. Snowboarding is a very graceful, artistic, beautiful sport. And meditation in any form, as long as it's properly taught, brings you into a sense of inner balance with yourself. Now, when you combine the two, you have perfect motion, perfect athletics, and perfect mind. And I just think it's the most exciting thing in the world. A big mistake that some people make is they think that snowboarding is for kids. Snowboarding is actually great when you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s because it's easier on your knees than skiing. So my advice to the world is, of course, read my new books, Surfing the Himalayas, but get a snowboard. Join the 90s. Snowboarding is the sport of today, and soon it's going to be the sport of tomorrow. It's going to be an Olympic sport shortly.